Getting in shape requires consistency, and 89% of people will never become consistent because they don't know how to do it. In this video, I'll share the 3 simple lessons that transformed me from a lazy, inconsistent gamer to an ambitious, consistent athlete. Watch this video in order because each lesson is the foundation for the next one, and the last lesson seriously changed my life for the better. Lesson number 1, discipline. This lesson was the foundation for everything for me. It unlocked the potential I didn't even know I had. When I was 16, I wanted to achieve so many things in life. Get in shape, get good grades, and start a side business. But no matter what I tried, I could not get consistent. I eventually realized it was because I always relied on motivation to get started. However, once that motivation went away, I didn't have another method to keep me going. So I just quit. I eventually figured out that I had to use discipline once my motivation ran out. But there was a problem. I wasn't disciplined. To me, it was just a fact of life that I was not a disciplined person, and I was therefore never going to achieve anything. I believed that about myself until I watched a YouTube video which told me that discipline wasn't something that some people have and other people don't. Discipline is simply the skill of doing something you don't feel like doing. So, if you're not very disciplined, it doesn't make sense to start with a crazy hard challenge at first, like waking up every day at 5 a.m. to go to the gym, just like you wouldn't start with running a marathon if you've never gone running before. If you want to improve your discipline skill, then commit to doing that one chore you hate every day. Doesn't matter if it's taking out the trash or unloading the dishwasher. As long as you know that you are never going to feel like doing it, you made the right choice. Now, I know you might be thinking, this is the best advice I have ever received, and you are the best. But I can't really start small with going to the gym because going just once is already very hard for me. And I hear you, but don't worry, the next lesson will completely solve that problem. Lesson number 2, habits and feedback loops. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that gym rats hate the gym and have just been forcing themselves to go every day for 3 years? No, of course not. The gym has become a habit for them. They feel weird and uncomfortable if they skip the gym, and that can 100% become your reality too. Most people never experience that reality because they are stuck in a difficult cycle. They get motivated, they learn how hard it is, they quit, time passes, they forget how hard it was, and they become motivated again. Most people quit the gym or dieting because the first week was harder than they thought, and they can't fathom the thought of enduring the hard thing forever. But it won't stay hard forever. It will only be hard for a maximum of 2 weeks. That's it. You just have to get through those 2 weeks. If you do anything consistently for that amount of time, it will become a habit. It will become a part of your identity, and you won't need to push against this mental block to get in shape. And sometimes it doesn't even take 2 weeks. As soon as you see the first positive results of your actions, like losing the first pound, your brain will think of the hard actions as something that makes you feel great. As soon as that happens, you will require just half of the discipline you needed before to stay consistent. And over time, you will need less and less discipline to do the hard things. Lesson number 3. This lesson taught me how I can start doing the hard things without requiring discipline or even motivation. And it's seriously one of the best things I have ever learned. I discovered this when I was 17. My teacher had given me a month to write a 3,000-word essay on muscle growth. 3 weeks into it, I had only written 100 words. I was starting to panic. The thought of writing almost 3,000 words in 1 week seemed impossible to me. So impossible that the 5-kilometer run I had been putting off seemed like a vacation in comparison. So, instead of forcing myself to write, I went on a run and beat my previous record. I came back home stoked. I showered and went into my room. That's when I saw my laptop staring at me. But suddenly, I was not intimidated at all. I sat down and wrote 1,000 words over the next few hours. All of a sudden, this impossible task was very achievable. And because writing those first 1,000 words was so rewarding, writing the rest didn't require nearly as much discipline because I was just more motivated to write. So, what is the lesson here? To just go out running before doing something hard? No, not exactly. What I learned was that more than half of the mental block I needed to overcome was overcoming my poor mental health. When I went on that run, my brain released a bunch of endorphins and other feel-good hormones, which made me more happy and resulted in my essay not appearing nearly as difficult. Being happy is one of the best productivity hacks in the world. I mean, Ali Abdaal wrote a book on it. In this day and age, we are so hooked to our technology that doing something other than scrolling on social media seems 10 times harder than it should. Even if you're not depressed, chances are that your mental health is much lower than you think. At least that was the case for me. I did not realize how happy and productive and consistent I could be before I discovered how I could fix my mental health. So now you know how you can become consistent. But if you don't take the correct actions, then it won't really matter that you're consistent. So if you're looking to lose weight, then watch this video on how I lost 10 kilograms in 6 weeks. Like, subscribe, and see you soon.